Our first guest, of course, starred in the films The Last Picture Show, also The Heartbreak Kid, and, the big hit television series Moonlighting of a couple of years ago. And she has just now produced her second project entitled Stormy Weathers, which airs May 4th on another network. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is again, Cybill Shepherd. Welcome to the big program. You look better each time we see you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Did you hear about the big Mickey Rourke fight that's taking place at my house?
I've been wanting to actually go to your house for quite a long time.
Come on up. July 4th, load up the station wagon. And, you know, don't worry about food because we have the box lunch.
Box lunch.
Yeah. Where do you want to begin here? You want to talk about your television project, or you want to talk about your early life? You want to talk about your twins? How are the twins? You want to talk about your family?
Twins are great. Well, Mother's Day's coming up.
Yeah? That must be a huge celebration for you. It ought to be.
Well, it should be bigger than it is, but I figure by the time that my daughters have given birth, they'll really appreciate me and start sending me flowers on their birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I send my mother flowers on her birthday. Since I've been through birth, I realized what she went through.
Yeah.
Actually, it was difficult when I gave birth to twins because I wanted to have an opportunity to give birth naturally.
Mm-hmm. Now, naturally means no any kind of anesthetic whatsoever.
Drugs, yeah.
Not even like a Tylenol.
Right. So I went to about 5 doctors, and I just kept going through more doctors because I felt like they really wouldn't give me a chance. And then,
why wouldn't they give you a chance? What would they say to you?
A twin birth is considered high risk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, so they were looking out for your welfare then.
Well, that was okay. I just wanted a chance to do it naturally because if it is okay, then that's the best thing for the baby.
Sure. Yeah.
For the babies.
Yeah. And so you finally found a doctor who said, okay, I think we can do this without any kind of anesthetic whatsoever.
And I was okay for about 11 and a half hours, and then I started screaming,
wow.
Give me drugs! Yeah. Cut the baby out!
Oh,
Kill me!
No, well,
but fortunately, it was only
that's a
about,
cute story.
Yeah.
You should gather the twins on Mother's Day and tell them that little story right there. That would be very, very
great,
nice.
Right?
But you have a great family and everybody's happy, so what the heck? It all turned out well.
Yeah, it was great.
You know, I think we've talked about this once before when you were on the program, but tell me a little bit about your early life, your young woman life, your adolescent life, growing up in Memphis, right?
You want to know about Elvis?
I want to know a little bit about Elvis and how that happened, and then also just what life was like for you there, because you were like the best-looking woman in Tennessee, weren't you?
Well, I didn't win homecoming queen.
Well, that's not what I said. I said you were the best-looking woman in Tennessee.
Maybe that's why I didn't win homecoming queen.
Yeah, there could be something to that.
Was I the best-looking woman in Tennessee? I don't know. I went to the Miss Teenage America pageant and didn't even make it in the finals.
See, that's a whole different competition again.
Yeah.
But now you grew up there, and you went to high school there, right?
Yes, I did.
Now, at some point, you get a call from, how does Elvis know you're around?
Well, he just has a lot of people, actually, one of his best friends had this television show, and I had to model on the show.
What was the show? What was the TV show?
It was George Klein's special show, and so he came up to me.
It was like a local
local TV show.
There in Memphis, yeah.
Yes. And so George Klein came up to me and said, Elvis would like to meet you. And so then I said, well, okay.
How old were you at this point?
Actually, I'd moved away and done movies and everything. I guess I was 23.
So you're really like in a big deal. You were established on your own, and you've come back to town. Okay, so Elvis sees you. All right, okay.
Yeah, but he didn't. Well, I guess he knew who I was. He'd seen my films or something.
Yeah.
It was a pretty scary prospect to go out with Elvis. So my mother was delighted.
Yeah. So you get the call, and you said, okay, I would like to meet Elvis as well?
Well, no, I was frightened about meeting him, so I insisted on taking my best girlfriend and my brother and his best friend.
And this, strictly speaking, is still a date?
Well, actually, he rented movie theaters, so at 12 midnight, I went there, and there were about 35 people in the movie theater, and we sat down, and like 3/4 of the movie went by, and then finally, all of a sudden, everybody in the row next to me got up and moved one seat down, and then Elvis came and sat next to me.
Yeah. Wow. Now, did you spend any time with the guy? Could you get any sense of what this guy was about? Did you continue dating him? Did you go out with him?
Well, I did get to go to Graceland for dinner, and
what would you have at dinner?
Oh, chicken fried steak.
Wow.
He had a lot of it.
Yeah.
He had a big appetite.
Oh, yeah.
But there was one thing he wouldn't eat.
What was that?
Well,
God. Jeez. Oh, my. The king of rock and roll. Who would have guessed? God, this immediately took a really ugly turn, didn't it? I want to know. I'm trying to figure out what's on the menu. Like, oh, chicken fried steak, and then, boom, right up.
well, obviously our relationship didn't last too long.
Okay, now, all right. Now, was it Cybill? Was it this Elvis you had a date with? Or was it this Elvis you had a date with?
Well, he looked more like that Elvis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I tell you what. Let's do a commercial, and then we'll continue talking about anything you want. You make up a topic. Shepherd, Smothers Brothers, and Jewel Shears. So you have two lovely stories for the twins. You have the difficult birth story and the story about Elvis. Also, have I covered everybody on the program? Yeah, I guess I did. You want to take a look at your film clip? You want to talk about? Tell me a little bit about your life with Orson Welles. You were a friend of his, right? You got to be friendly with him?
Yes, he was my house guest on and off.
How did that happen?
2-year period. Well, we just got to be friends, and he needed a place to live, a nice place to live, and he was in California. He also shot part of the movie there also.
Well, that was The Other Side of the Wind?
Yes, it hasn't come out yet.
And will it ever be released?
Well, I hope so. I hope
But
so. I
that
was
was like
an extra in it.
20 years ago, wasn't it?
It was a long time ago.
Now, how come it wasn't released? Did they finish it? He had trouble finishing some
Yeah.
pictures at certain points in his career, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And he ate up all the fudgesicles at my house, too.
Now, is that a nice thing to say?
No.
But I guess better than what we learned of Elvis. Oh, never mind.
He also, he almost burned my house down.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, Orson didn't have regular sleeping patterns. You never knew when he was asleep or awake, so I was always very careful. I never knocked on his door because he might be napping. And basically, he didn't sleep through the night.
Was he a pleasant fellow?
Oh, he was wonderful.
Yeah.
He used to make me scrambled eggs for breakfast.
Wow.
Yeah.
But if you knocked on the door, would he scream at you?
I never knocked on the door except this one time I smelled smoke. So his bedroom was right below mine, and I went, followed the smoke downstairs, and I thought about, well, should I knock?
Well, it's your house, yeah.
Knock.
The
smoke
guy could be,
He could be, burning up in there. So I knocked, and I said, Orson,
what do you want?
And I said, well, I'm really sorry to disturb you, but I smell smoke. He said, it's all taken care of. Don't worry. And he never even opened the door. And then the next day, he got me a present. I love opera, and he gave me the Victory Book of Opera. And inside of it, he wrote an inscription, drew a picture, and it said, Ladybug, Ladybug, fly away home. Your house is on fire, and so is your house guest. And it turns out he had stuck a lit cigar in his bathrobe.
Oh.
And then he took it off and dropped it to get into the tub, and it burned through the rug, and he replaced the rug, too.
Oh, my goodness.
He was wonderful.
Yeah, everyone was lucky to be alive then, yeah. All right, now what do you want to do? I'll give you the choice again. We can either look at the film clip of the movie Stormy Weathers.
Stormy Weathers.
We can look at that,
Look at that.
or you can sing a little song.
Oh. I can't do both?
Well, or maybe you can do both.
Okay, let's do it quick.
All right, now let's see. How much time do we have? Yeah, no, you can't do both. I'm
Can't
sorry.
do both?
It has to be one or the other. What do you want to do? What do you want to do, Bob? Huh?
I have a special song for you.
All right, well, then let's hear the song.
Okay. But Stormy Weathers, you can see that May 4th at 9 o'clock on ABC.
But, if the song goes really well, we may have enough time for the film clip.
Okay, this is a song I have you in mind.
Oh, thank you. You want some special lighting?
No, that's okay. But I have had a kind of a crush on you for a long time.
Oh, wow.
And, okay, are you ready? Okay, here we go. I love his cabbage, crave his hash, daffy about his succotash. I can't do without my kitchen man. How that boy can open clams. No one else can touch my hams. I can't do without my kitchen man.
Oh. 5, 6. What was the best
I
part?
left out the best part.
Well, now you
When
don't
I
have...
eat his donut,
Oh,
all I
right.
leave is the hole.
Oh.
Anytime he wants it, well, you know, he can use my sugar bowl.
Okay, well. Suddenly we're back in the kitchen at Graceland. Back in the old pantry there with Evis. Ha! When is the big film? It's 9 o'clock Thursday, right? Monday. It's May 4th on
May 4th,
Monday.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock on ABC. Good to see you again.
Great to
Have
see
a
you.
great spring and summer. Thanks for being here. Cybill Shepherd. We'll be right back.